Up next, we have a group that is capturing the hearts of visitors from all around the world. Please give a warm welcome to the Picton Flower Ladies representing Marlborough.
And me, actually. Bloom by bloom, Picton's flower ladies have created a special meaning to the words "Welcome to Picton." As travellers step down the gangplank at our little port, they're met with a scent of hospitality, a gift of fresh flowers to wear on their lapel. Our floral fleet awaits each cruise ship, proffering a corsage, a buttonhole, a boutonniere. Call it what you will, it's a small but fragrant token that surprises and delights. We know from the many letters and messages that this simple little gesture has made Picton a memorable port of call for international visitors. And it's all down to the thousands of flowers that, accompanied with a warm word, have been presented to these visitors by a small but dedicated volunteer group of amateur florists, a meet and greet brigade who, I might add, have been known to morph into garden raiders when the foliage runs short. It may be quaint, but there's no doubt it charms our guests, and it's proof that a genuine gesture will trump an expensive PR campaign every time. Because there's a simple but unforgettable message from our town to each and every visitor. Welcome, stranger, you're now a friend. Two of our flower ladies, Margaret and Yvonne, are here to explain how petal power works.
We are fortunate to have a group of over 60 ladies, ranging in age from 15 to over 80, who are willing to give their time to help when available. We have learnt by trial and error with what flowers to use. Mini roses, small dahlias, carnations, chrysanthemums and gypsophila are suitable to our needs, together with various greenery. Our work begins 2 to 3 days prior to the ships arriving, when an SOS goes out for donations of flowers and greenery to make hundreds, if not thousands, of buttonholes required for the passengers, with many of the ladies even planting their gardens accordingly. Some flowers have been acquired from the council gardens, and the culprits got a reprimand. Our mayor at the time had a great chuckle over this, and he still reminds us about it. At present, 2 ladies generously allow their homes to be used as bases for making posies. As many of the team that are available get together over a couple of afternoons, and the production line begins, with members armed with all kinds of flowers, pins, tape, scissors and smiles, as each buttonhole is crafted, in an atmosphere of fun, fellowship and laughter. When made, the flower posies are stored in polystyrene boxes and stored in the chiller at Z petrol station.
Timetables are created using the ship's dates, and passenger numbers are made out for the season when we will be doing flowers, and enabled the volunteers, these that don't have email, are text or phoned. Then a few days before, a reminder is sent out asking for volunteers to go to the ship to give out the flowers, arranging transport to the wharf, and with a reminder to take security passes, as we are all volunteers and we don't expect the same people to go to the ship each time. The day the ship arrives, we're usually there between 7:30 a.m. and 8 a.m. Depending on how big the ship, we have up to 4 to 6 volunteers per shift of 1.5 hours, with 3 to 4 volunteers for the second shift at the wharf or until the flowers are given out. We give the men and children a Picton button and the ladies a buttonhole, and sometimes the men ask for the buttonholes as well. It can be very busy when the bigger ships with 3,000 to 5,000 passengers capacity arrive. Many passengers think they will miss out on the shuttle buses, that are provided free to transport them into Picton, but they continue all day, we tell them. Just commenting, in some of the other ports, they have to pay for this service, so they are in a win-win situation with our friendly welcome of free flowers and free transport into Picton.
We get a lot of feedback from passengers and the general public. Many thank you cards, emails and letters from all over the world. Sometimes just addressed Picton Flower Ladies Picton, and we are still found. A benefit of a small community. Here is one of the letters we get. Dear Flower Ladies, what a delightful surprise it was to receive a flower so beautifully presented on arrival at Picton. We had a couple of bad days in that we could not dock at either Port Chalmers or Akaroa, so received such a welcome was truly appreciated. We loved your town, your people, and hope to return one day soon.
At the end of each season, we will receive a donation of thanks from Port Marlborough, New Zealand Limited, which we are then able to distribute back into the community to help the youth of Picton. Each year, we send 10 children to Kiwi Ranch in the Queen Charlotte Sound. This is arranged by the public health nurse with referrals from the local schools. The children range in ages from 8 to 13 years. Many are from single-parent families or parents raising grandchildren and have never had a holiday. Here is one of the many thank yous from a 9-year-old boy who went to Kiwi Ranch. Dear Flower Ladies, thank you for fundraising enough money for me to go on a trip. I had the best time. It was awesome. There they have trampolines, horses, a big flying fox, and there were pigs and peacocks and white deer. We went on kayaks and the confidence course, a rope swing, a slide. We also went fishing. I made lots of new friends. They had a games room. It was awesome.
We get messages from all over New Zealand. Here is an example. It is wonderful to be greeted by the Picton ladies in their beautiful buttonhole posies on arrival. Your time and effort are much appreciated. Hello, I just want to thank the local of Picton who gave up their Boxing Day holiday to welcome the passengers of the Emerald Princess to their town, in particular the flower ladies who gave out the buttonholes and the button pins to the passengers. Having had the great pleasure of receiving flowers on arrival in Picton for many years now, I would like to express my pleasure and that of many more guests who were on the Seabourn Encore yesterday for your continued presence.
A general overview of what the Picton Flower Ladies do each cruise season. Many hours have been put in each summer as the ladies cope with the ever-increasing amount of passengers that arrive on the cruise ships that visit the port of Picton. But true to form, the ladies rise to the challenge and to meet this demand, greeting up to 75,000 passengers over the season, including families on school holidays from overseas to our slice of paradise in Aotearoa.